Shohana. It was right as I had finished the Speechless tour, in fact, that I took my family and we got on an airplane and went to a place I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined I would ever go to, much less go many, many times back. And a big part of my heart would be just left in China. But that's where we would go and meet our daughter, Shohana. Our daughter, we gave her that name. She still hasn't forgiven us for it yet because nobody can spell it or pronounce it or anything. But it was one of many ways God showed us that this was, in fact, what He was calling us to. Because when I started writing these songs, there was a lot going on in the Chapman family, for sure. There was plenty happening in the Chapman home at that point. And so the idea of adoption seemed crazy. But, you know, love makes us do, and God's love makes us do crazy things sometimes. And so we found ourselves in China, March of 2000. So literally 25 years ago. And it was right after I'd finished up the Speechless tour. And so I was living, you know, all of these things I had written songs about in an incredibly deeper way than I even imagined. And it was in the hallway of China, of Changsha, China's hotel, the Grand Sun City Hotel, that I think one of my most profound speechless moments of my life, probably the most, of experiencing the grace of God, the love of God, in such a physical, tangible way. It's when this little girl was put in our arms who had no hope, no name. The orphanage had given her a generic name, Hope Yen Yen, and we kept a little part of that in her name, but I'm sorry, it was Chong Yen Yen. We gave her Shohana, Hope Yen. And so, but to see in this moment, this little one put in our arms and go from complete hopelessness to an immediate, she was woven into our family. And through the miracle of adoption. And it was just, this is the gospel. It was like God whispered to us in a megaphone, you know, in this moment, this is my love for you. This is the gospel. This is as close as you're ever gonna get to go from hopelessness to not only love, but a love that nothing can separate you from. A love that will be for eternity from the heart of the Father. And so we had no idea how it was going to transform our lives. We didn't know that we thought we were done. You've all heard the joke, eeny, meeny, miny, we ain't gonna have no mo. That was it, we thought we were done. God had much mo planned for us, because we would, of course, then adopt Stevie Joy and Maria. And also, out of this adoption of Shohana, we would begin to realize that there's an incredible invitation that God has given us to care for the children, millions of children in the world who are waiting for a family. And who better, who needs to bring them in other than families who can not only introduce them to the love of a family here on earth, but say, you are fearfully, wonderfully made. Yes, your story may be broken, but you are made by a God who has an amazing purpose for you. Ultimately, that purpose is to know His love and experience Him. So we began to realize families needed help, and they wanted to adopt, but they couldn't afford it because it can be so expensive.